Hello everyone. I previously did a prep and tip application video. So now I'm going in, I'm building a full acrylic nail. So right now I've already cleansed the nail with Swipe on a nail brush, and I'm applying 2 coats of protein bond. You want to do all 10 nails one layer and then go back and do another coat of the protein bond. So and after you apply it, you want to let it dry for a few seconds. So now I am going in and applying the my acrylic, and I'm taking a kind of medium-sized bead, not too wet but not too dry, kind of in the middle. It's kind of hard to explain, and I'm sure a lot of y'all have watched Greg's videos from YoungNails, and he kind of put into words what I've always felt like. It's kind of hard to describe a ratio, especially when you're using all different size brush. So the best thing to do is actually practice, get a feel for it, know your brush and what you're doing, how you're working with it. And also, I'm not perfect, and a lot of us aren't. So, if you pick a bead up, it's too wet or too dry, wipe it off. Don't try to work with it. Just wipe it off, pick up another one, and practice. So I apply the first bead where the free edge and the tip met, and just kind of work that down the nail. And I'm showing you down the barrel of the nail. That's how I like to call it. I don't know what it's called, but I'm just showing you that I have it leveled out, the thickness of it, and everything like that. So I'm applying my second bead. Not And this is a little bit of a drier bead because I don't want it to move around too much because it's building the apex of my nail. So I want to put it in place, move it from left side wall to right side wall or vice versa, however, and then kind of just fan it down. We don't want to move it, too much. We don't want to pat. You want to know the difference of when you need to pat things into place and when you just need to swipe them, kind of fade it, blend it, brush it down. So we patted the first bead into place, and the second bead we brushed down, and that's a little tip from Tammy Taylor. I can't take credit for that. So then the third bead we want to be a wetter bead, and I apply it a little bit of a distance away from the cuticle, kind of push it into shape. You don't want to put your brush all the way up to the cuticle area, which is, technically the eponychium. Where it begins. You don't want to have your brush way up there. You want to push the bead as far up and let it flow down. So now I'm just showing you the side profile view of the nail, and you want to smooth it out as much as possible. I'm working on camera, so it's not 100%, but you guys get the gist. Kind of pat it out. You want to file at least as not as you don't want to file a ton. And now I'm just showing you how the cuticle area looks, the distance that the acrylic is away from the cuticle area. And now I'm showing you how flush it is and it needs to be. Now right here is how I'm going to file. This angle right there is what I need to file because you want, it to slowly, gradually build up. So I'm going to take out that piece where I had paused it right there. And I'm going to take that out when I file. Sorry, the acrylic is still wet, so I'm making dents. But I'm going to take that out and have the highest part of the acrylic where the actual free edge exists. So I'm just showing you from different angles. It hasn't been buffed or filed or anything. It needs to be shaped. And of course, we have some areas we need to file into place, but that's, how the look of the nail is. So next I'm going to show you, do a little diagram of why I file the nails into shape first. So what I'm showing you, my little drawing, excuse it, is down the barrel of the nail. The purple part is the nail tip and the pink part is the acrylic, if y'all can imagine that. So what I'm going to show you is what filing like this, what that does and why you want to file first before, using your e-file to shape the surface of the nail. So imagine you filing is going to make these 90-degree angles in the nail where I just drew the green line at. So it's going to create this angle to the nail. It's not going to taper like this anymore where I'm circling. It's not going to have that taper. So what we want to do is hand file first, and then when we have our e-file, we're going to have these 90-degree angles, and then we're going to take our e-file and create a new taper right there in that corner, and over here in this corner. So we hand file our edges around, our free edges and our tip and everything, and we're going to create new tapers where I just circled. So that's what we're going to be focused on. So I hand file first, and then go in with the e-file and file the surface of the nail. So I am going to be showing you that I pull underneath the nail, underneath the free edge, to make sure it's pulled straight out, that we don't have any acrylic hanging off the edge. And then I pull actually, parallel with the sidewalls, and then, I file the actual free edge tip of the nail, and I just hold the file horizontally and file that way. So now I have, all the free edge filed, and now I'm going in with the e-file. So first I'm going to take off that little piece right there that I showed you, that I was pointing to you with those scissors and paused earlier, taking that out because we want it to, come from a low place, as low as possible, flush with the actual nail bed, and to gradually get larger in the apex, which will be where the free edge meets the nail plate. And now I'm taking off that 90-degree angle that I drew in my little diagram. I'm taking that off right there. So you want it to, taper back down from the left side wall to right, and vice versa. So I'm taking that off right now. So it's going to taper from one side of the nail to the other. And you want to make sure you look down the barrel of the nail to make sure it's even. And this is going to remove any visual distortion from the nail. So now we're going to have a very clean look, because there's not going to be any bulk around the edge of the nail. And you can see the side profile of the nail. And it just makes for a better looking nail, all angles, all the way around. So now I'm just cleaning off the nail, dusting it off. And that is the final look of the nail. And if you guys have any questions, please feel free to ask. I hope that made sense to you guys. Excuse my diagram. I was just trying to help as much as I could. And please subscribe, thumbs up, and thanks for watching.